Puzzle Bobble to take a lot out of me, so might as well just sit back and try that Bubsy for demo.
Several months later.
Smells like old leather. Bet it's Woolies.
It's October.
Hello, everybody. Wait, who greets people like that? Anyway, this is the one I anticipated the most, or most shredded would be the better word. You see...
Hey!
It's not what it looks like.
So it doesn't look like a green dino is in my clothes talking to the camera like one of my vids.
No.
Okay. Move over the chair, will ya?
So, will you ever explain how you got to the Bubsy 4D demo before it came out?
Just move over. Do you have to wear that?
Well, yeah. Why do you wear a Pokemon hat anyways? You never even talk about the games.
Anime. Well, anyway, this is the only game I had to talk about twice.
Well, at this point, you're about to talk about it as much as Some Call Me Johnny talked about Sonic 06.
Yeah. The first time was poorly edited in terms of sound mixing. The music drowned me out, and that's on top of a subplot that went nowhere. And that.
Really?
Hey, at least it wasn't the hammer scene from Misery like in the original Puzzle Bobble 2 review. Ow.
When was the second time anyway? I don't see any re-review.
Well, I actually did it briefly in my top 12 unpopular opinions, as it was in the number 3 spot for why I didn't really like it.
So, why a third time? You made yourself crystal clear already.
Well, this is a marathon. I can't exactly skip sequels. Besides, maybe my opinion has changed. After all, before I did the first review, it actually used to be my favorite. Don't ask me why I turned on it. I don't get it myself either. It just brings to the question of, was I wrong?
Yes.
Shut up.
Very wrong. No.
How come only one of you's majestically great?
Aw, thank you.
Because it is.
Well, not no more, it's not.
Wait, can we not do this right now?
Too late, Marco.
This is Puzzle Bobble 3.
Who is that?
よろしく
PlatinumYoshi, who is he?
Straight
What is happening? Yay!
Well, aside from them being title characters just like Bob and Bob, they also come from other games. For example, that's Twinkle from Yu Yu no Quiz de Go-Go.
What a mouthful.
That's Marina from Mahjong, and that's Shaq from Taito Taito Jump.
But what about those that do not appear in the intro?
Well, there's Musashi from Taito Musashi Fight, Pricchio from Taito Pricchio, Luna from Taro Arcanum, and Supersonic Blast Man from Well, Supersonic Blast Man.
I actually know him for 2 reasons.
Oh, really? What are they?
One, that he caused several injuries to the point of being recalled in 1995. And 2, the main reason some of the Sonic arcade games went by Sega Sonic, like Sega Sonic Cosmo Fighter, Sega Sonic Popcorn Shop, which doesn't have a game over but it does have an error screen if the crank can't turn on its own, Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, man, it's a hard as names. Sonic's scream still hurts me to this very day. And funnily enough, the cancelled Sega Sonic Blues, which was being made by Bobble creator Fukio Mitsuchi.
It wraps back around just like a Sonic ring.
Exactly!
No. Anyways, you may have noticed a different art style prior to the first 2 games.
And for some reason, I made a big deal out of this. Personally, don't get why. I mean, sure, some of the covers may look off, but in game they look adorable. They don't have to look exactly the same. After all, Puzzle Bobble 2 did look different from Puzzle Bobble 1.
Okay, how has it taken me so long for me without mentioning the graphics?
Shut up, 2022 Joseph. The graphics aren't that bad. Looks charming and a breath of fresh air. It isn't as cartoony as to, but it doesn't need to. Quite frankly, I like the way it looks. What do you think, PY?
Yeah, I like the way it looks too. It's more bubbly and expressive, and obviously with each new installment, there's bound to be an improvement in the art style, so it's nice to see more expressive animations. But is it better looking than 2?
For the background, yes. For the characters, that's a bit tricky.
How so?
Well, for some animations, I like Screaming Bub being back. Some animations didn't stay the same, like Bub being jumpy when you're about to lose. Poor Feather. For some, like the chain reaction, I'm not personally a fan of. Like, do you ever spin jump when excited?
No, but let me try something.
Try.
Did you hear about the new Bomberman that's not Super Bomberman R? Huh. Bubble Dragon can do that, apparently.
Very funny.
Also, he did that in the second game. What are you on about?
He used it much more fittingly, though. Besides... Ow. Like with the second game, we'll start off with versus mode.
So, is there some kind of story or something?
Actually, no, not really.
Nothing?
Yeah, the most they give is different endings for different characters. That's it. On the one hand, I'm actually happy they didn't do something stupid like Puzzle Bobble competition, winner gets the prize money. But on the other hand, I'm bummed out they didn't even bother explaining the title crossover.
You're still not over that?
Nope. Doesn't even make any sense. Was it even the title anniversary or even Puzzle Bobble for that matter? I just don't get the mind process.
Well, did you consider that maybe, just maybe, they wanted to do a crossover?
Nah, that's silly. Besides, that'd be as silly as changing something slightly, cementing it for the rest of the games.
They changed it to the honeycomb reaction.
Personally, it only really feels a little bit off if you really analyze it a lot closer.
Or, you know, nitpick the fuck out of things.
Yeah. Speaking of not that, I miss the interactions. They got replaced by these intros showcasing the games they come from, and it's cute, I guess, but I found the interactions much more charming. And seeing as how these are title characters from other games, a lot more opportunities were missed. It doesn't help that my eyes had to graze upon Sonic Blastman humping a meteor. Yes, really.
I will say, it is odd that they suddenly introduce other title characters in the mix of Bub and Bob, like how Joseph was reacting in the intro, but I imagine they want to add them for the sake of variety. Sure, it would have been cool to see them interact with each other, but the fact they have more options on who to play as makes 3 a little bit more unique.
But in terms of gameplay, personally though, I like how it feels. It's like if it further tried expanding on what 2 established, but it's much more refined to the point I'm blowing through this like butter. It is even more addictive than the second game.
So is this character selection always been a thing?
It's new in this game.
So is there any actual difference between them?
Not really, the only one is the attack.
That's a little odd to say the least, but I guess because it's an arcade puzzle game, there's not much to do with them.
And I guess the endings differ between characters. Bob needs new friends who actually clean up after themselves. Wholesome forgiveness and karate kid like training from Musashi. But seeing as how Drop was still Dev, and Dev is hard as fuck, pinned in the ass, he could fuck right off.
You are one angry butterfly that I cannot take seriously.
But some endings I find downright bizarre, like Marina's ending, giving it to the perverts by removing your bras, apparently. Okay. Or Sonic Blastman's ending, where he causes another national tragedy.
Oh gee, thanks Blastman. No wonder you had controversy.
Are you out of your stupid run-its? Go, you dumb man!
Or the one for Luna Luna, where she just grabs Drunk, clone him, have him do chores. Oh, Luna, 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 Luna. It's too late for the sorceress who utilizes bullshit and is a pain in the ass to beat. Which leads about what I didn't like about the versus mode. Also, Bobble 3 really likes to throw its "wait a minute" at especially in normal and hard, where the CPU chain up so much you can barely do jack shit.
But didn't the first two games have that too?
Kind of. You see, you had it, but it wasn't this fast, and it especially wasn't this chained up. I expected that kind of shit in hard, not normal. Because of that, playing versus mode personally felt more like a chore. It bugs me out because when, that's a heavy when, they don't bombard you. This is the most fun I've ever had. But unfortunately, it's not always like that. I don't know. What do you think, PY?
Yeah, I see what you mean. It must be really annoying to play the versus mode if the CPU could just chain up their attacks super fast, leaving you with barely much to do to counteract on that. On normal difficulty, no less.
Well, the next mode is puzzle mode, where you don't get to choose characters.
Do the endings still even change?
Oh, they change, believe me, they do, but the character chosen doesn't matter, since you can only play as Bob.
That's a bit of a letdown, isn't it?
Maybe, but personally, it saves me the hassle of time by a buttload. But honestly, the endings are less really slapped together this time anyway. It doesn't truly feel worth it to even do it at this point.
But what about the journey? Isn't that more important?
It is, and this execution is really well done. You have two types of puzzle. The first one is really typical, just clear the bubbles. While the second one is a little bit more interesting. You have this bar gauge to fill up.
And how do you fill it up?
Well, I'm glad you asked, fictional green T-Rex.
Don't call me that!
You simply fill it up by doing as much chains as possible. Only in this one do the bubbles never truly end as they keep coming. For these two variations are what help make for such a time. And you know what? Because I'm not dealing with CPU bullshit, the mess ups are more accepting. Well, except for color specific incidents. But if I slip up, it's actually my fault and not because of some super tryhard TP. For the most part.
So wait, did you just go to the same conclusion you did 2 other times?
More or less, but here's where it changes. Puzzle Bubble 3 is not for me. It's a bit too much of a mixed bag with elements of both good and bad. However, personally, I still think there are things to enjoy even if the whole thing does not. It's something I can appreciate more than I can actually like playing.
And there you go. Now I'm out and...
Hold it!
What? Why?
You remember when I said I thought the original review of the third game was the worst?
Well, yeah, of course I would. What are you getting at? You tried to make this version look better out of spite, didn't you?
Yeah.
So, just like the second game, here's the Game Boy ports for the third game. Ugh, I can't believe you.
I know. I can't believe myself. The graphics do look better than 2GB, but not by much. The versus mode here is not really that engaging. Personally, this version feels more aimless than anything. The puzzle mode isn't as fun as the arcade version, considering they couldn't do the edgeless variation. It's odd because while I still think it's better than the Game Boy port of Puzzle Bobble 2, as for comparing between this and the arcade, I don't like either. In fact, it came back to me why I turned on it. You know, sometimes it feels like this me realizing just how much of an arrogant prick I can be. Sometimes.
Look, sometimes we just can't find the right words to express our thoughts. It happens, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Did I really change or even learn anything?
Sure you have, it just doesn't seem that obvious. They can still happen, they just tend to be more subtle. So, just because you dislike something you wanted to enjoy with all your might, doesn't mean it's the end of the world. I mean, look at your thoughts on K-pop Demon Hunters and Adolescents, for example.
You know what? You're right. Puzzle Bubble 3 is odd. I can still appreciate all the right it does, but personally I think it does more wrong. No wonder they didn't bring back some of this game's element into the next one. If you enjoyed this, more power to you. Personally though, I'm sticking with the set.
Whoa.
Oh hey, you're back!
Yeah.
I'm just happy I managed to learn from Drunk the spell he put on you.
Yeah, what?
Nothing. I'll be over there.
Hey! I'm Joseph from Joseph's World, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey, get back there! Back!